Thanks for gathering here quickly. We're just going to be sending out a statement, but I just wanted to be able to address you here. Joe Wall will be taking a leave of absence from the team to attend to a personal family issue. It's a private matter at this point, and Joe and us intend to keep it that way for him. And there's no timeline. We obviously support him 100%. And I would just ask that everybody give him and respect his privacy, okay? We're not going to get into a whole lot of detail on it, and I apologize in advance for that. I would say, just for some context, this isn't it's not a substance issue, it's not a substance abuse issue. It's a personal family matter right now that Joe's going to deal with, and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to address it and go from there.
Understanding it can't reveal details, but it's something that just came up in the last day or so.
Yeah, we're not going to get into it, David. Okay. And again, I don't have a timeline. Certainly, our expectation is Joe's going to be back with us, and we'll see when that is.
Do you know if he'll be available for the start
Sorry,
of the season? Do you know if he'll be available for the start of the season, or is it?
Don't know yet. It's early, right? It's early days. But all our worry is just supporting and looking forward to getting him back.
So you just wait for his word, I guess.
Are you comfortable with the number of goaltenders you have through this camp, or were you?
We
find a guy.
You're always looking at your team, right? Obviously, and now the situation's. I think we just got to wait and see right now. We're comfortable with the goalies that we have, and we'll see. Our expectation that Joe's going to be back with us, but we'll see. One other thing too, just unrelated. Max Domi won't skate today. Our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. His grandfather passed away, and he's attending a funeral today. So just a bearer of great news today.
Yeah. If we could just have a reaction from the players about your teammate Joe Wall.
Yeah, I think initially you just think about the human being, and we all love Joe, love what he brings to this group, and all we care about is the human being in that regard. So look out for him in every way that we can, and just be here for him if he needs us.
How do you just focus on the task at hand, that is tonight, the preseason game? What's your approach, I guess, personally, to making sure that you're getting the timing all the logistics and the things that you need?
Yeah. I think you just look at it as an opportunity. That's the way I kind of go into every game, whether it be preseason, regular season. Go out there, have some good shifts, try to, kind of get those summer habits out of the system, find good gaps, and start to focus on the things that we're going to focus on throughout the year. So get back to the systems and things like that. But most of all, just go out there and give a good effort and have some fun.
Does it feel like you as a group, and you personally, and maybe as a defensive core, because there's some familiarity, that you guys might be ahead of the curve a little bit, even though we're still early?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, coming in this year to camp, just being here from the get-go with this defensive group has felt very good. I think we all mesh very well within the locker room, on the ice, and everything in between. So I really like what we have on the back end there, and I think it's going to be a fun year learning from these guys, pushing each other, and just being the best unit that we can.
What stands out most to you about Dennis Hildeby?
Hildeby, his size, he's obviously a big goalie, but he's never gives up on a puck, so if it's going towards the back door, you can always trust that he's going to give his full effort to get there. I really like playing in front of him. He's been great to get to know off the ice, great human being, but I've been really impressed with just the communication that he has from being a defenseman, with a guy behind you like that. And it's just nice to have somebody that you can always trust.
What is he like off the ice?
He's great. He's got that deep voice. I love saying hi to him in the morning. But overall, you're not going to find a bad guy in this locker room.
What have you enjoyed about building continuity with Morgan Riley? You guys are starting out at camp together.
Yeah, it's been great. It was nice to kind of have a little bit of foundation last year, but coming into camp with a fresh start is obviously great for everybody. And Mo's been great. He's taken me under his wing, throughout last year and then this year as well. Just making sure I'm always in the right spots, off the ice, on the ice, on time and whatnot. So I'm grateful for him. He's a great teammate.
Ben Denford's going to be playing with you guys, the core guys. Can you recall a situation when you were in training camp and you were like the young guy playing with the core guys, and what you learned from that?
For sure. You just try and take it all in as much as you can. For me, I was very fortunate playing with some older guys like Zdeno Chara, Torrey Krug, Adam McQuaid, these guys were very communicative on the bench. I'm not sure if I got that word right, communicative. But overall, I think that's what we're going to try and do as a core is just be as loud as possible. If we see something on the ice, kind of give a little bit of 2 cents. And that was really helpful for me coming up. And I know he's the same kind of personality where he's going to take those words very seriously and pay attention and listen. So, it's a great attribute to have.
As you've established yourself in the league, Brandon, how has your approach to the preseason changed in terms of what you look to get out of it? But also, how many preseason games are for you?
Yeah, I think like 3 or 4 preseason games is pretty good. That's always kind of been along the lines besides my first year that I've played in. And, there's always going to be some rust that you got to shake off. I think not overthinking in the preseason is a big thing. It's hard coming off of the summer and getting into a game situation. But for me, I like to just approach it, like I said, with the mindset that's an opportunity for me to get prepared for the season. So I'm going to take it like that.
Have you had any conversations with any of the off-season acquisition guys in terms of adjusting to the system and playing here yourself?
Yeah, I think it's been great. I think just drawing off of my experience and the little bit that I had last year, I like to try and be vocal in the regard of, if they have a question, try and go through it with them because I'm going to have questions as well along the way. So as a collective group, we're all here to communicate, and I appreciate that from the guys that were here last year helping me, and I want to try and do the same.
What do you remember most about your very first preseason game?
My very first preseason game. Oh, man, I think we were in Providence, and I think I was just like a little bit overwhelmed those first couple shifts. Your just first taste of the NHL. It's an exciting moment, for you and your family. Just kind of going through that day. It's one of those big games, I guess you could say, that you feel a little bit more amped up for. But I just enjoyed the experience of being around those NHL guys and tried to take it all in.
This is your first Berube camp. Does he run it harder or differently than other coaches?
Yeah, it's been great. I think we've gotten a lot of battle drills in throughout this camp, which I've really enjoyed. I think as you go through the summer, you're not pushing on bodies as much. So I'm glad we kind of got initiated with that pretty fast. And it has been tough, but I think it's been right on that line where, you're getting your conditioning in, you're getting your work in, but still able to walk home at the end of the day.
How hard is it to find that line in battle drills? Like, these are your teammates. You don't want to hurt them, but you want to ramp up. Is it tough to figure that out?
I think you pull back on the cross checks maybe a little bit more, just on the low back. But other than that, no, I think it's a kind of a free-for-all. You want to battle. You want to show that compete. Obviously, you have young guys trying to make a name for themselves as well. So we're all here to compete and battle. And for myself, I have no problem with a guy pushing hard on me or anything like that during camp. It's part of the game and things that we got to get ready for going for the regular season.
Just get maybe a player's reaction when he's here about Joe.
Yeah, thinking about Joe. We love Joe, and always thinking about him, and looking forward to whenever he comes back.
To tonight, maybe just a thought on the game tonight as you try to find the timing yourself and as a group. But what do you try to measure, first preseason action for yourself?
Kind of just kick those summer habits, get into guys. We've had a good camp for the first few days, and it's been intense, so that's kind of jump-started the process. But it's always nice to get in games and just get your timing down a little bit and things that you don't really do for 4 or 5 months.
How many preseason games is kind of your ideal? How many do you need to feel ready?
As many as the coach puts me in. I don't. I mean, a couple, 2, 3 is plenty for me.
I don't know how much you've seen of Van Danford. He's out there sometimes. He was today. What do you make of the way his games come out?
You know what? He was in the other group, so this is like literally the first skate I've been out there with him. So I don't have a great assessment for you, but I know Muzz is a big fan of him, and he's been working with him over the last couple of years, and I've seen him blow a couple of guys up in the OHL, so it's always good to have on the back end.
Have you ever been part of a team where the core defense is essentially back, where it doesn't look like there's a real shift, and maybe that kind of helps the familiarity?
Yeah, I don't know if I have. I'm trying to think. There's certainly probably 3 or 4 guys that have been pretty steady, but right. As far as, like you said, collectively as 6, 7, even 8 deep now, all signed for a few years too. It's nice. We all get along real well. got a lot of games in the back end, so it's hopefully a nice, calming, consistent presence for our team, and we want to take ownership of that as well.
What have you noticed from Morgan Riley so far in camp?
Status quo. Mo's looking great. Like I said, like status quo, like he always does, in my opinion.
Has anyone surprised you this camp? Like, who has stood out to you?
Stood out. Try to give you a good answer here. I would say Henry Thrun. Yeah, Hank. He's a nice player. Skates really well. He's got a big shot. Obviously, haven't seen him in game action or anything, but just from skating, he's a good dude, and skates really well for a bigger guy. And he's obviously very young, but he's already spent a couple of years in the National League, so I like his game too.
How much do you take it upon yourself as one of the leaders to help a new guy like that acclimatize to the city or be around the team?
Yeah, certainly want to sit next to somebody new at breakfast. Just say hi, get to know them. Just simple, basic questions as you do with any coworker, honestly. Our setting's a little bit more casual, a little bit easier to get to know the people, I think. But it's always fun then preseason matches, going out with guys and competing with them and getting to know their game and getting to know where they're from and if they got a family or whatever it may be. So it's always nice to see new faces.
What have been your takeaways of Ben Danford, and what do you think a game like this, playing with a lot of the veterans, comes into this time?
Yeah, kind of like I alluded to, we've been split up, so he's been in the other group, so I haven't seen a ton of his game. But as far as alluding to that, playing with veterans, I think back to when I was young and playing with the older guys in the team, the established guys in the team, and it was always a exciting thing. You get to put yourself in a real NHL lineup, frankly, and see how you stack up and just kind of be a sponge is the best way I can describe it. I just remember thinking I wouldn't really talk. I just would listen and observe and, playing with guys that, owes 1,000 games, Mo 900, Tandy 900, and the list goes on and on. So these guys, we've been around for a little bit now. So just picking their brains and maybe not even picking their brains, like I said, just kind of observing and learning and seeing what the process looks like for each player.
Just ask, I guess, just a reaction to the news about Joe Wall, your teammate this morning.
Yeah, I mean, we're all here for him and feel for him, and we're just going to try our best to support him and kind of give him space and let him kind of take this on his own. And but we're always there for him, and I wish him the best.
Obviously, it's a private matter, but what's your sense of how he's doing?
I think he's fine. I've yet to get in contact with him yet, but I will here shortly, and hopefully he's doing good.
What's a preseason game mean to you? Obviously, you puck drops you want to win, but maybe getting fitness, getting your time back is more important.
Yeah, a little bit of all of that. Just getting your legs behind you, getting your lungs back, getting the first bumps out of the way, just getting as prepared as possible with systems, special teams, and everything like that when our first regular season game comes.
What do you think a game like this would do for guys like Callan and Danford who are getting to play with some of the NHL guys? Like, I know your experience was unique because you jumped right into it, kind of play out, but for them to kind of be in this and kind of see what it's like.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool for them just to be in the locker room and experience it all, and I think it's going to show if how they can fit with our team, how they can help us, and they're pretty incredible players, so I'm sure that they're going to step in and do a great job, and I'm excited to see him play tonight.
What do you notice about Ben's size and physicality when you go up against him in drills?
Yeah, I mean, for his age, he's not afraid to use it. He steps up at times, and he's a hard player to play against.
What have you seen from Easton throughout camp?
I've seen his skill come out. I've seen his speed. I think he's got a lot stronger and faster, and that's pretty good for someone his age. You always want to see them get improved, and I think he's done a good job of that.
What's Dennis Hildeby like?
Quiet guy, goalie, so he's always one of the weirdos. But yeah, he's been great for us. He's obviously very steady in that, huge player. So it's really hard to get a good shot on, and he's been a fun guy to hang around.
Who's impressed you most or surprised you most this camp? Has anyone kind of popped out?
Honestly, just Cowan, really, with how much he's grown as a player, person. I think he's gotten a lot better, a lot faster, and it's fun to see.
You say as a person from last year to this year, what have you noticed?
Yeah, I think he's just gotten a lot more comfortable with the guys. Definitely talks a little more, and that's good. That's a good thing. He's a little bit more comfortable off the ice, and I'm happy for that.
Do you do any mentoring, or do you still consider yourself one of the young guys?
I still consider myself a young guy, so not a lot of mentoring now, but every now and then I have a chat with them. But I think I still get mentoring myself. So
yeah, I was going to ask you, who, if anyone, could you share that might have been a major impact for you in that department?
Honestly, all the older guys, really. Like, everyone was extremely welcoming. Obviously, living with Johnny, that was probably the most you can get from a mentor. And guys like Mo and Tanny, Caber, Austin, those guys just have been around and kind of all showed me different things. And so it was nice that I had a lot of them.
What have you seen from Michelli and how he's kind of fitting here?
Yeah, he's been great. Really skilled player, can make a lot of plays. He fits in well on our line. I think he's done a great job, and he works his tail off. So I'm excited to play with him tonight and see a new face there.
What do you remember most about your very first preseason game?
Honestly, I don't remember where I played even. I don't know. I don't even know if it was at home or away. I don't know where it was, to be honest.
Maybe if we could, just your reaction to the news that we learned this morning about your teammate Thrun.
Obviously the team is here to support him and take his time, and whenever he decides to come back, and we're going to welcome with open arms, and we know Joe, and we know he's going to be ready to go.
As you kind of pivot and start thinking about this preseason and getting into action eventually, I guess as we look at where you are right now, how would you assess what you need to see, be it timing, be it picking pucks up? What is it for you right now that you're most focused on?
Definitely just timing, the speed of the game. Obviously, you can't really replicate those game reps. So, I'll probably be getting in here in the next couple games here. So I'm looking forward to that and just going out there and enjoying yourself again. Just getting back, being out there with the guys, battling with them again, and seeing the fans. It's exciting. So you start getting a little anxious, a little jittery to get the games going and get the season going.
Do you have a number in mind where you like to, or is it just a matter of?
I think it's just a matter of how everything goes, how many shots you get, how busy you are in net. I think it's kind of a load thing, just see where you're at on the heart rate monitor and whatnot.
Is there anybody that's maybe stood out for you at this point? Again, I know it's early and this is still the preseason, but is there somebody that's kind of caught your eye, be it a defenseman in front of you or maybe a forward bearing down on you?
Probably the two guys up front, the new guys, Dakota and Wazi. They're both big guys who protect the puck well, and I think they're going to really help the identity of this team, and they're going to help us establish our game.
What have you thought of the way Dennis's game has come along in the time you've known him?
Being a big guy, he's someone that I like to watch. So I think it's just his pace and just the way he's able to read the play. He got a cup of coffee last year and got some starts in, and you can definitely tell that that has helped his confidence going into camp this year, and he looks really good.
He says you're kind of a mentor to him. How does it feel to be a mentor to him?
It's good. Anytime I can help out any goalie, any guy, and any forward, defenseman, whatever it is, you're a team first guy, and that's what I am. So, any way you can help anyone out, it's only going to benefit the team.
Can you learn more from a goalie that's more your size as opposed to maybe a different size goaltender in terms of positioning and that kind of stuff? Does that?
I think for me it's just watching different goalies and just trying to take a couple of things from each goalie. Everyone plays a certain way and has their own style, but obviously I'll relate better to a guy who's 6'6" than 5'10", 6 foot. So it's nice. I was just talking with Pex after practice. He was just asking me some questions, and we were just able to kind of just chit chat a little bit, and he was picking my brain, and I was asking him questions as well, trying to help him out. So I think that's just the goalie union. Everyone, we're a tight knit group, and we all want to see each other succeed.
How is the communication with him?
With who? Pex? Yeah, it's good. It's, language barrier, but you battle through that. But no, I like that he's willing to ask questions and he's willing to, kind of just pick my brain. I think that that's huge for a young guy just to be able to do that, and it shows his confidence and his comfortability with me. So I enjoy that. But he played well the other day. I watched bits and pieces of that game. So I was happy for him and Artie to come out there with the win.
The defensive core group for this team returning again as a goalie. What's it like to have those guys out in front of you?
It's nice. It's nice playing in front of that decor. We're committed to blocking shots and taking the body, and I think just the familiarity of having played with them for 82 games, and we got Brando halfway through the year. So I think just being able to have that recognition with each other, have that confidence with each other, that you know where they're going to be, and I think that's something we're just going to build on this year.
Maybe we should start with the compliments that you received this morning. McCabe said he thought you really stood out. You've made an impression on him so far. That's got to feel good, but knowing that your game's getting recognized.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. Caber obviously is a guy that's been in the league for a while and someone's game that I really respect, and he's a hell of a player, and he's a great teammate as well from what I've got to know him so far. So that's great to hear.
This blue line has a lot of familiarity with one another. You're a new guy coming in. How can you kind of make an impression, make a little dent on your own opportunities here?
Yeah, I think I can provide a guy that can move the puck and as well play good, solid defense with a streak of physicality. So for me, I think the puck moving sort of comes natural to me, and for me, I'm just focusing on playing physical defense and being able to add that element to my game. I think in the pro game, that's something that I want to continue to improve on, and I think in college it was probably the last thing that clicked for me. So I'm looking to hopefully get that to kind of fully round out this year and be able to have that element fully part of my game.
It's early, but do you notice any difference between the West Coast and here in terms of style, or is that just completely overblown?
No, probably overblown. Yeah.
How have you found the transition in general, Henry? As a young guy getting traded your first time, it can be a bit of a shock. I don't know if you were expecting it all to be a part of a move, but how have you found the transition going through?
Yeah, obviously, I'm super excited to be here to begin with. When I found out I was traded, I was definitely surprised. But when I found out where I was going, it was pretty ecstatic. To come to an organization like this, a city like this, with the amount of history and energy around hockey is pretty unique. It's truly the best in the world when it comes to that. So very excited about it. Nothing but positive things to say so far about the guys, about the organization, about the city. So I've been really, really happy with it.
Have you had a chance to explore the city and get to know the guys and that sort of thing?
Yeah. I'm most afternoons I'm walking around, walking every which direction, trying to figure out my bearings downtown. So I've definitely gotten around a little bit.
What's Craig's message been to you? Like, what do you feel you need to show to make the team?
Yeah, I think for me, just playing my game and like I said earlier, just be able to provide an ability to move the puck to the forwards and get it to the guys that can score, and as well be able to play reliable defense. I think that's something that's always been kind of my bread and butter. Someone that can probably play up and down the lineup and play in pretty much every situation. So for me, just got to kind of get in my groove and be able to show that I can do that night in, night out.
Getting an exhibition game mean this time, just to get your timing up, or is it competitive balance? Like, what are you aiming for?
I mean, both of it. It's exciting. It's been a long time since I played. First game, obviously, can't expect everything to be perfect, but like I got to go in there and show what I can do. So very, very excited and positive for tonight.
Just a few words about Joe Wall, obviously taking a leave of absence. What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't know too much about it. I just know we love Joe and we're here to support him and hope he gets back as soon as possible.
How much more confident do you feel this training camp to go back, if you can think back to your first?
More confident comes from I've been with the team longer, obviously. I know more of the guys and all of that, and I think I've taken steps in my development. So yeah, it definitely feels better compared to before.
What did you do for your confidence, or outlook, whatever the word is, Dennis, when you signed not only the extension this summer, but Brad didn't go for an insurance goals under a veteran guy to come and be there?
like what that.
Yeah, for you.
Well, it means obviously they're showing confidence in me, which helps. Now it's up to me to earn that trust every day, and just keep going, working hard.
What did you learn about yourself last season?
Learned a lot about my game, tried new stuff, and thought I took steps. Maybe a bit of a bumpy road, but I feel like coming into this year I'm more aware of how I want to play and all that, and
Do you train with any other guys back home in Sweden? Any other Swedish goalies that sort of you pick up stuff in their game?
100%. We skate a little bit with a group of guys where there's a lot of talented goalies, so you just try, like, wherever you are, try and pick up a few stuff, have discussions, and we're all goalies, so we like to talk about goalie stuff. I'm not sure players do. You wouldn't know. No.
What's your relationship with Anthony Stolarz?
It's good. It started already last camp. He's always been very supportive and such a nice guy. I love to have him around. Helps me out a lot. So.
Just back to the previous question. Anyone in particular that you really respect, a goalie that you really like to try to pick up from?
Out of anyone, I mean.
I think anyone or somebody you work with, or.
I think Stolarz a great example. Like, he's my size. Someone I try and get my game a little more similar to his. I think he plays, makes it look very easy a lot of times.
You mentioned confidence and timing, but when you know you're on your game, what does that look like?
Just simplifying, not like I'm a big guy. Last year I moved a lot more than I had to. Some situations I feel like, so just when I feel good, it doesn't look too hard. I feel like with my size, so that's where I want to be.
Was there something specific about your game that you really tried to focus on during camp?
Like I said, just simplifying. Like less is more, kind of. With my size, like, take advantage of that, and just simplifying everything, make it easier.
Can you tell us anything what you're thinking about Joe Wall?
We're all like, it's obviously a tough situation for him, and we're all here to support him, do what we can to help him. That's really it. So he needs to do what he needs to do, and like I said, we're all thinking about him. We miss him, and we're all here to support him as best we can.
Your confidence level in your other guys, you're happy with the other four goalies?
Yes, I thought they've been practicing really well, like Stoli and Hildeby. They've had real good days in practice. And Artie and Pexa, they did a good job in the other night, and they were tested a few times in Ottawa. We tested him early, right off the hop, the first shift. He had a point blanker, so he was on his toes, which was good. That was a design play by the coach.
I guess a little bit more focus on Hildeby with an opportunity for him.
Well, for sure. Well, I love the size. We love the size, and he's got a lot of tools too. He's an athletic guy for a big guy, and so, like I said, he's been practicing well, especially lately. Really like that. So, and he's going to he'll be in net tonight here for a couple periods.
Have you seen some progression?
Is that something?
I was just going to say, have you seen progression in Dennis's game? I don't know, yourself, or maybe talking with a goalie.
Well, it's like a tough one for me a little bit. I don't really. I don't really know that much about when I see progression when they're stopping the puck. That's the progression I see.
Well, that kind of goes to my question. I guess, do you even speak to a guy like that?
I do speak, well, for the most part, but I do have conversations with goalies for sure. But I don't really jump in there a whole lot with the goalies because they got a great relationship with Sanny, and he does a great job, so I kind of leave it. But I do speak to these guys, see where they're at and everything, and talked to them a little bit. So, yeah, for sure.
Ben and Easton getting the opportunity to play with the big guys tonight. What are you hoping that the two of them take away from a game like this?
Well, you're playing with some good players. You know, we got a pretty good lineup going tonight, which is great, and just want to see how they look. And, you know, I love their games in Ottawa, both of them. You know, I thought Easton played a real direct game, did some good things. You know, those are the types of things I'm looking for. Like a guy like young kid like that, how is he going to fit in our lineup? Where is he going to fit? Can he do certain things to maybe play with, you know, I don't know, whoever, but you know what I mean? Like, so the little things I'm looking for. Danford, I love the, you know, he's got great feet as a defenseman, which is great. He's very, like, composed out there for a young kid, in my opinion. He made some real nice outlet passes and things like that. He's simple. He doesn't get himself into trouble. So, you know, looking forward to seeing that again tonight from him. And he defends hard, you know, and he's a defender. He's a physical player. But I love the way he moved the puck. He's got his head up. He's doing, you know, he had some real good things, and he's got great feet.
How serious is Benoit's injury?
It's like, I don't think it's serious. I don't believe it's serious. But he's still not available to be on the ice yet. So just got to see how it goes.
How close is Thrun to making this team? Where's his game at?
Again, he's like, you know, some other guys that are in the picture, in the mix. You know, I think that he's going to get games here again going forward, and you know, we got to see more of him and see where he's at.
That drill where you draw the line from the corner and do three, is that a Derek Lalonde edition?
That is. That's a Newsy drill, which I like. It's a good drill. It promotes in tight play, and you know, the defender's got to carry the puck out of the line before they can change, and it's a tough drill. It's a battle drill. It's a long drill. It's a 3-minute drill, and then you go down the other end and do it again. So, and it promotes playmaking in tight and promotes defending in tight, and so it's a good drill. It's a real good drill. I really like it. So we'll continue to probably do it.
You like your battle drills? Where's the line?
Yeah, I do like battle
drills. Like, can a guy cross a line, or you want as aggressive as possible? Like,
well, you got to be smart. We don't want to be putting our guys into the boards from behind, but at the same time, I think it's important to get those battles in training camp, because, you know, they skate a lot throughout the summer and a lot in August with the team, but they're not really doing those types of things, and I think it's hard to just jump in there and do them. Like, so I want to get our guys acclimated to battling and competing against each other. Those are important things. Those are all the small area stuff, like, you know, the box outs for the D and just stuff like that. Those are the things in my opinion, you got to work on in training camp so they're ready to go.